Why should I read for 20 minutes a day? Let's face it, parents and kids are busy. It's difficult to fit in all that needs to be done in a day. So why is it so critical to include 20 minutes of reading in your child's daily schedule? Well, whether you're being read to or whether you're reading alone, reading helps develop our brain with experiences. It improves listening skills. It builds early literacy skills. And it improves relationships with our loved ones. Have you ever heard that practice makes perfect? Well, if we look at student A on our chart, we'll see that that student has read for 20 minutes a day. They'll hear more than 1,800,000 words per year. They will have read 851 hours by 6th grade. And on standardized tests, they will likely score better than 90% of their peers. That's why reading for 20 minutes a day is so important.
I am the queen, said Lily, and I hate Julius.
What? She hates her brother?
You know, it's so much fun just to read to your student at times. They might just enjoy reading a good book.
Teaching first grade, I can tell you what I think is the most important or most helpful for parents at home with their children. Unfortunately, in a teacher's world today, we don't have the time to teach handwriting and or forming letters to make words. So especially in the primary, it would be really helpful if you could have your student write one sentence a night, maybe about the book they read. Make it like kindergarten, you certainly want to make it short. The dog ran. And as you get to first grade, they will already have had the knowledge to begin with a capital letter, end with a period or some form of punctuation. And in first grade, if you do a sentence a night, you don't want to wear them out. You can build on complexity as the year goes on, even making it maybe 2 sentences. So that would be really helpful for your child, for teachers, and it starts them off in the right direction.
Good evening, Belcher Bobcats. This is Stephanie Humes, and I'm here to share a reading strategy called Making Connections. The first connection your child may make when reading a story is a text-to-text connection. This is where a story that they hear reminds them of another story they've read. This allows them to compare how are the stories alike and contrast how are they different. Another connection is called text-to-self. This is where a story reminds them of something that's happened to them personally in their life, such as, wow, Mom, this story really reminds me of the time I got lost at the grocery store. And the last connection is text to world, and this is where a story might remind them of something going on around them, whether it be a natural disaster or severe weather or the topic of recycling. All right, I hope this was helpful. And again, as you're reading with your children, ask them what type of connections they can make.
Good evening, families. Welcome back from Thanksgiving break. Hope that you have a really great evening. Today I'm going to be talking about reading strategies for your child and making that connection through technology. I do play video games. I am a gamer, but because I'm mommy, I haven't played in 3 years. But I want to talk about how kids that do like video games is not of the devil. It's something fun that they can relate to, especially when they're reading fantasy books. So when they're reading fantasy or they're playing their RPG, they can make comparisons using four squares with a shitty paper. You don't have to get anything fancy from online. You can just simply take a sheet of notebook paper and you can just make 4 boxes. One would be characters, one would be setting, another box could be the theme, like dialogue or character reactions to problems that can reveal the theme. The next box could be events or ideas. So as they're reading, they can just say like, okay, in this section of maybe Tithe by Holly Black, we have a scene where the fairies are conspiring against the humans. What theme can it reveal? You can discuss the characters' motivations, keep track of characters. Even if it's realistic fiction or fantasy, there's tons of characters and tons of different points of views, and they can get really confusing. So using a Foursquare with any of these different features will help immensely. So bon courage and have fun reading.
And now for our 5 creative reading activities for you to do with your family. Number 1, log on to Facebook on Monday evenings at 5 p.m. to the PCS Title I Family Engagement page and listen to Miss Brittany read aloud her favorite story. Number 2, nourishing the meal. Have your kids read aloud recipes while you're cooking dinner. From ingredient lists to cooking directions, this kind of family reading can help build vocabulary and fluency. Number 3, story charades. Choose a story that your family knows well, like a well-read book or fairy tale. Act out the beginning, middle, and end of the story. Number 4, guess who's coming to dinner? While your family's eating together, discuss what your favorite characters would have had for dinner with you. Number 5, book nooks. Create a book nook with your child. Book nooks are a comfy place for kids to sit and read.